Well, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We've essentially maxed out our Orca for high-sec ice mining. Now, I'm going to show you all the little tips and tricks I've used to squeeze all the value out of the ship, and this is one of the most versatile ships in EVE. So if you're looking to fly a maxed out ice-boosting Orca to just print ISK, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Name's Loru, digital advertising content creator and EVE enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now, and this is our maxed out Orca, and we're just gonna dive right in. We have to make sure the right chargers are in here. Sheesh, Loru, goodness gracious. Professional content creator right here. The Orca is absolutely going to make your ice mining fleet happen for a couple of reasons. It's the only ship that can compress ice on the belt. This means you can stay on the belt indefinitely. We bring a ton of fuel to do so. You can get 3 command boosts, which are gonna boost your entire fleet from the tank aspect, from their mining aspect, the range. You can do so much. And the Orca is a massive backpack with a huge cargo capacity and fleet hangar. The Orca and the Porpoise are some of my favorite ships in EVE. The more I play, they're just so versatile. I love them. So here's the fit that you're going to be using. Starting off in the highs, we have 2 mining Foreman burst 2s. Everything here is going to be tech 2s at the very least, so just assume that that's what I'm talking about. The ammo you're going to use there is going to be the laser field enhancement charge and the laser optimization charge. These are going to increase the range that your mining ships can mine at, as well as increase their yield percentage time. Basically, all your ships can mine farther away and they get ice faster. We do have a Shield Command Burst 2 on here as well, outfit with shield extension charges. This is going to raise the amount of shield that every single one of your ships has. And just to show you how powerful this is with some of the other stuff we've got going on, if we turn this off, we lose about 10k of our shield, just right off the bat. Now, one of the reasons our mining and shield bursts do so well is because this character does have the Ore Mining Director Mindlink. This is an augment you can plug into your character. It's very expensive, but we are trying to max out the ship. It gives another 25% mining Foreman and shield command burst effect and duration. Your stuff lasts longer and everything is going to be more powerful. I highly recommend it if you can stomach the cost. Next, we've got the large industrial core. This is going to be your siege mode. It's going to massively increase the stats of your Orca as well as the boost. You need this plus the ice compressor if you're going to be able to run this fit. And the ice compressor is going to let your whole fleet compress ice with an 83 km. Essentially, if you have a ship on the belt and it's in your fleet, you can compress ice. Finally, we do have an improved cloaking device. The siege timer of your industrial core makes so you can't dock up, and if something gets hairy, I like to be able to cloak just to be sure in case there's a roaming band of gankers. Wait out the siege timer, wait for people to leave, and be good to go. Now, the mid slots are going to be all tank focused. This is an expensive ship. You want to make sure it's ready to go and can defend itself for a long time. We've got 2 multi-spectrum shield hardeners here, plus a thermal and an EM resist. This means that all of our shield resists are going to be above 70%. That's pretty awesome. Now, all of this coupled with a single large shield extender means our shield HP is going to be about 60k. Grade buffer is going to be really hard to kill. Now, our lows, we have a single reinforced bulkhead and a damage control 2. This fit is a joint shield and a hull tank. Damage control adds enough resist to your hull to make it extra tanky. And with the reinforced bulkhead plus our rigs, you're going to go up to 110k HP on just the hull alone. Speaking of rigs, we do have 2 large transverse bulkheads. This gives a flat percentage-based increase to your hull's HP. And finally, a large core defense field extender. This is going to increase flat percentage-wise your shield HP. Put all this together and you've got 530,000 EHP. It's a monster, and it's going to be really difficult to kill. This will give you some precious time to get your protection to come in, stop the gankers, etc. Now, we do have some anti-gank tips coming up at the end of the video, because at the end of the day, if a fleet wants to kill you, it's probably going to kill you. Any tank here is just to stop them and slow them down. Take as many of them with you. Now, our drones is where stuff gets interesting. We are going to have a single ice harvesting drone. 1 is all you can fly anyway. 5 mining drones, because we like to run this for mining ore as well. Some dunk salvage drones, mainly for cleaning up the wrecks that pop up from the rats and other things that are on the grid. EC drones, this is your anti-gank measure. It's just one thing that can help delay the gankers a little bit more. Just don't count on these to save your life. 2 Hornet and 2 Vespa squads with 1 extra drone apiece. These are going to be your DPS. And goodness, I was very surprised when you look at the DPS that this Orca is putting out. With not a single drone DPS increase in my augments or any of the fit, we're getting 653 DPS with Vespas. And with Hornet IIs, it goes to 408. That's more damage than some of my protection ships. So don't sleep on the damage the Orca does. If you're getting ganked, make sure you use that to your advantage. The Orca has so much cargo space, we just have to talk about it. My main cargo hold is 28k M3. We're going to take plenty of extra charges. I just want to buy these one time and not have to worry about it. A single MTU to be able to suck up the wrecks. This is enough heavy water to fully refuel my fuel bay so we can stay on the belt as long as possible. You can just store this inside of the station if you don't want to take up 7,000 M3. The fleet hangar is huge, 40,000. That's quite the backpack. This is going to be where we store all the things and we trade things in between our fleet, getting items and ice and compressed and blah, blah, blah. Help you keep the fleet inventories clean by using this. And finally, the mining hold. This is where we are going to store all of our compressed ice and ore. 180,000 M3, ladies and gentlemen. And this right here is one of the reasons why you're never going to leave the belt. It's huge, 180k. And before we go into some necessary tips about how to fly the Orca once you're on the belt, I just want want to say thanks. As of the recording of this video, we're close to about 6K YouTube subs. We recently started a TikTok focusing on all things EVE Online. Go check that out. The link is in the description. Now, many of you know that I'm an EVE partner and we get skins throughout that program. Now, instead of keeping them for myself, I like to give them back to you. So if you do these 3 things, you'll be entered into a raffle. We're going to give a couple skins away in this video. Typically, we just give 1. This video, we're going to give more than that. First thing is you have to be subscribed. My giveaway bot will know if you're not subbed. Second thing is you have to go into the comments and type bling my ship Loru. From there, put your in-game name. I gotta know who I'm gonna give the contract to. Do those 3 things and you'll be entered into the raffle. Seriously, all the love has been fantastic these past couple months. Thanks very much for your patience while I just got back moving into my new house. All right, so you're on the belt, you got your fleet, and now we're gonna get to ice mining. And you're all safe, right? No.
No, you are never safe in EVE.
Because you're in such an expensive ship, the gankers do like to come after you. You need to be aware that when you're out in space, people are gonna be targeting you. How you can maximize the chance that you can be safe from these things, first of all, D-scan. You see they just pop up above my head. You can use this to see the ships in the area. We have a full guide on how to use D-scan. Go check that out in the top right corner. Through the magic of television, I'm going to move myself over here. The next thing you're going to do is right-click in local and right-click people's names. You're looking for low security status or suspect individuals. And it helps to get to know a system. It helps to see who comes and goes. You can always add a note to someone's name. So for example, this person coming in here, I could say like last seen X. This means the next time I see them and when I inspect them, I can see the last time I saw them and what their security status has been. Because maybe someone had a high sex status but now has a low one. That means they're probably pretty dangerous. Now, when you're on the belt, it's important to be able to align to something. You'll notice that right now we're mostly aligned to the customs office / one of these planets. It's better to align to a safe spot so you can access your locations by pressing L. This is going to pull up all the spots you have saved for that local solar system. Now, you can make a save spot by warping in between point A and point B and pressing Control B mid-warp. Once you press enter, you're going to save that location, and now you're going to be able to see it in your locations list. I'm going to remove this one for now. This is now a warpable point for you only. Gankers are going to have to scan you down with combat probes when you're already there in order to get to you. Because if we're at a safe point, we can just cloak up and wait out our siege timer. Now, you're going to notice that we're far away from the warp-in point. If you go to the probe scanner and right-click a white glaze warp 2, you're going to come in at this point here. This means that all the gankers that are coming to you are going to be using that exact method. So if you're far, if you're on the other side like we are, gankers have to take precious seconds to get to you. This could be what it takes to save your life and your ship. Now that we talk about how to stay safe, let's talk about our boosts. You'll notice that my boosts right here are turning off right now. This is because on this character, we are using the ore mining director link that we were talking about before. This increases the effect strength and duration of your boosts. Now, it takes about 1 minute for all of your boosts to finish, but the actual buff you get is something around 2 minutes. This means that once you get the mining director link, you're essentially playing a mini game on do you want to press less buttons but make less money, or press more buttons and make more money. If you timed these correct, you will actually end up using less of the charges. These aren't necessarily cheap. Now, we are making a lot of ISK, so it's not a lot of money, but less money is less money. Choose how you want to play. You can see that right now we have about 45 seconds left if we just mouse over this. At about 3 seconds left on this timer, I'm going to reactivate all of my boosts. Now, let's talk about my UI placement. If you want the overviews that I'm using right here, we do have a guide on that. I just posted the video in the top right for you. We have them broken up into 2 separate windows. This is so I can interact with the loot, all of the GTFO points, the travel points, as well as the various players that are on grid. Without having to toggle in between windows, it makes it really easy to navigate what's on grid with you. Next, I want to talk about what's going on this side of the frickin' screen. Now, we've got our D-scan up there, obviously. That way we can just keep clicking it, keep checking what's there. Ooh, a golem. We've got our mining holds popped out. I press Alt-C to open up your inventory, and I shift-click the mining hold, and this is going to enable or disable it. How I get it so small and so, like, flush is I click this more right here. I go to Enable Compact Mode and Enable Light Background. You can do the same exact thing with your fleet hangar. Come in here, shift-click it, and we'll enable and disable it right in window. I use this as a really easy way to keep track and drag and drop stuff from my fleet hangar to my mining hold. The name of the game here is really to click less buttons or click buttons more efficiently. And of course, I have my drone window as well as local chat like right here. Now, while I've been filming this video as well as the covered video that we just put out, check that out. We've actually made about 50 million ISK. This is what I'm talking about with this. As far as mining goes, this is just such a great and easy way to make ISK. And we have fits and guides for all of your ice mining needs right here in this Ice Mining Masterclass. Make sure you go check that out. We answer questions live on stream, so make sure you sub for those. We got one coming up. And y'all just want to say thanks again for the almost 6,000 subscribes that we have so far. We're really trucking. I'm really enjoying making these videos for y'all. So like the video if you liked, and we'll see you in the next one.